Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
continue.
Thank you for
Yes.
confirming. Yeah, so in yesterday class, we have seen that we have to do the configuration and we have to prepare some document after the configuration. But in which system we do configuration, Valley? Well,
Configuration we will do in development golden client.
okay, development system, golden client. And in
Yes.
which system we perform the functional unit test?
Functional unit testing is performed after development golden client. Then your unit testing we will do in unit testing client. That is another 110, for example. Same development, then another client we will do unit testing.
Okay, functional unit testing. So, do you think that there is difference between functional unit testing and unit testing, or both are same?
Both are same.
So in which system you do this testing?
Functional system. I mean 110. 100, if 100 is development golden client, then
Mhm.
110 will be the functional unit testing system.
Unit testing client. Very nice. Now question arises, you did the configuration in golden client. How do you move the changes in your unit test client?
The changes will be moved through SSE1. We will not move the main TR,
Mhm.
but child TR we will move. Then we will perform unit testing. If in
Mhm.
case if any changes needs to be done or uh, any configuration needs to be done within the
Mhm.
main TR, we can have a same child TR another configuration, and then we can move to 110 unit testing point.
Okay. While testing in unit test client, if there is any bug or there is any issue, it's not working, what you will do?
Um, so if there is any bug, if changes or configuration required, then we will do the configuration again in 110 and we will move to unit testing client.
Okay. Your intention is correct, but the word which you used is wrong. You told that 110. 110 you told for the unit test client. Huh? 100 you told for golden client. So, but you are telling that you'll be doing configuration in the golden client, and again you'll re-import the TR in the unit test client. That's what you are telling, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And in real project, as I said, you have already uploaded your test cases in certain tool. So while testing, if there is any blocker in a sense, let's say you want to test certain thing and data is not available. Let's say you want to do AP testing, account payable, but vendor master data is not available. So you can raise the concern. You can raise the dependency on other team. While testing, if you realize that what is the expected result is not coming, you can consider as a bug and you can reconfigure and you can re-import and you can fix the issue. Okay, so that process from into you can do in the development system, that is between golden client and unit test client. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And functional unit test is basically done by consultant. If process is very complex, if process is very difficult, then maybe you can include business also from the beginning phase, that I'm testing this. Is it okay, not okay? So that when they test during UAT time, they will be aware what you are testing now. So that way maybe you can involve in business also in the beginning itself. If process is very difficult, there are some process which will be very complex, and all of a sudden you tested, and all of a sudden during the UAT time business is telling it is not right, then you are in trouble. You may not have much time to fix them. And it is also seen that many a time when business says the requirement, they will say very limited scope, but when they start testing, they will the whole ocean they will test it, and they will start raising concern, this is not working, that is not working. So better include them also from the beginning. If process is very complex, let them also know what you are testing, are they correct result, not correct, so you can at least fix them so that your UAT will go very smooth. Or maybe after testing result, you can have one demo session that this is what we have tested. But it is purely a functional consultant job. You have to perform the functional unit testing. So whatever test scenario, test cases you have prepared, approved, got signed up by the business, uploaded in certain tool, either Qtest, HPQC, Jira, lot of tools are there. Whatever tool, solution manager, whatever tool you are using, you have to some tool will allow you directly capture step by step screenshot in the tool itself. Some is in some tool you have to capture the screenshot in the Word file, and you have to upload in that particular tool as a proof that you have tested and test cases are passed successfully. Many a time in the functional unit testing, you may not be able to do end to end testing. Reason being, it is very initial stage of your configuration. Let's say you want to do the bank interface testing. There is chance that you might have not built the interface between bank and SAP in the development system. So functional unit test is like isolation kind of testing. Isolation kind of testing, sometime even two different module may not also be integrated. Let's say you want to do the P2P testing, but you might have not completed your FI and MM integration. Okay, so next testing is called SIT testing, system integrated testing. So whatever you have not tested in the functional unit testing, next testing you have to perform something called system integrated testing, SIT. See, these days testing names are differing. In S4 HANA, you may find this kind of terminology. So it is known as a system integrated testing. SIT. And this is FUT. So system integration testing, here you will make sure that one module to another module are integrated. End to end testing you are doing. If you have any third party tool interfaces, you are making sure that all the interfaces are working fine. Means end to end testing you are doing. And this testing basically you do in the next system, that is maybe in the quality system. So in implementation project, you can have quality 1, quality 2 kind of system you can have. So you'll move the changes in quality 1 system, and there you may perform the system integrated testing. In system integrated testing, all your interfaces is available, all your I mean all the cross module configuration is fully configured, and you perform the system integrated testing. You have to make sure that your system integrated testing is working fine. Then next, kind of testing, we do something called smoke testing. Smoke testing means, let's say you moved your changes from development system to quality system or quality one system. Before your actual SIT starts, you are doing the normal check of your test, meaning that you are opening all the Fiori app and checking either all the Fiori apps are opening or not. You may post a normal journal entry saying that either my configuration are in place or not. So that is known as a smoke testing. Smoke testing is not actual testing, but before the actual testing, you are doing the very simple testing. As I said, you are checking, you're opening all the Fiori app and checking either Fiori apps are opening or not. Is there any authorization issue or not? You're opening the T codes. So these are known as a smoke testing. In smoke testing, we perform some important business process testing. We don't test everything in the smoke. Some critical business process we test it as a part of smoke testing. When we are okay with the smoke testing, then we start the main testing. Or let's say before UAT starts, you can do the smoke testing, meaning that before you hand over system to the business that okay, system is ready to test, you may test some important scenario, either they are really okay or not. So that when business perform UAT, actual UAT, they should not face the challenge. So that is like smoke testing. Is it clear what is called smoke testing? Hello? Smoke testing is okay
It's clear, sir. But we will perform a smoke testing in development or in quality, sir?
in quality
In quality and before SIT, right, sir?
before SIT. So smoke
Okay.
testing you can perform in any system. Before the actual testing, you are checking, right? Like
Okay.
whenever you prepare the food, you check, right? Some sample you test, right? Either salt
Yeah,
is okay, chili is okay or not, correct?
yeah.
So that is smoke testing.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, when you come in the implementation project,
Hmm.
when first time your manager asks please perform smoke testing, you will be mesmerized, you will not understand what does it mean,
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
So smoke, sometimes they'll tell you, can you give some scenario for smoke testing? So
Hmm.
what does it mean? It means that give some important test scenarios or test cases which you want to test as part of smoke testing. So you can give some critical scenarios which you feel that it is really important to test before actual test starts.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right?
Okay, sir.
Everyone, is it clear? Smoke testing.
Yes.
Next testing is known as a regression testing. See, regression testing highly used in the development project, or it is sometimes used in the implementation also. But what is called regression testing? Regression testing means when you are configuring something because of your configuration or because of your development, other which is already configured, which is already developed, got impacted or not. So you have to test. That test is known as a regression testing. Let's say you have already configured FBZP, that is automatic payment program, and business asked you to add one more bank in the FBZP. So because of your FBZP, one more configuration, other you made some changes in the ranking also. So because of your changes, which is already existing, are they got impacted or not? Are they working correctly or not? So that is known as a regression testing. So in regression testing, you are not going to just check your changes, but you have to also check what was already there. You have to make sure that which is already there are also working fine. Otherwise, you'll feel I'm very happy what changes I did is working fine, but actually you messed up what was already there. So you have to test full. That is known as a regression testing. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sometime we have to also perform something called performance testing. Very less scenarios. Performance testing. Performance testing means basically you are checking either your machine has the capability or your server has the capability or uh, has capability to handle the load of the activities or not. Let's say you are telling that I'll be sending, let's say you added one more bank you added right in the FBZP, and that bank is having the file, big file to send to the bank. Then you have to test whenever you're generating the file, sending the file to the bank, is it creating any slowness in the system? Is it causing any damages in the system? So that is known as a performance issue testing. You have to make sure that your server has the capability of dealing the load. So maybe you can reduce the frequency of the run. Maybe you can reduce the size of the file, a payment file. Such many things. If you feel that there is a issue in the performance because of your configuration, you have to do the performance testing also, and you have to report this to the basis team. Mostly basis team has the power, or they have the option to improvise the slowness or fast of the server. So that is known as performance testing you have to do. But all these are not mandatory that in all the project you have to perform. Depending on the business scenario, test scenario you have to perform. Okay. Next testing you may have something called penny testing. Have you heard this word?
No,
Word
sir.
looks very crazy,
No,
crazy.
sir.
But have you heard this word? Penny testing.
No, sir.
So what happened here? Actually, this is getting tested in the production system directly. And what happened whenever you go live, sometime you have to post very ignorance amount in the production system to check either whatever configuration is moved in the production is really correct or not. So let's say you can run a very minimal $0.1 payment run you can run in the production system to check either your interfaces process is working fine or not. Or you can post very minimum journal entry, very minor amount journal entry you can post in the production system to check either all the configuration, all the process are in place or not. So that is known as a penny testing. Sometime you have to do penny testing also with very minimal amount. Okay. I have done many time penny testing. Why I'm telling all this thing? Because when first time someone told me, I really didn't know what is called penny testing, what is called smoke testing. But in every implementation project, this kind of word will be used. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. But sir, penny testing, as you said, we will perform in production system, and all the
Hmm.
content we don't have a authorization to for the production. Only the firefighter, like only the senior, I think, right, sir?
No, see, when you are in implementation project,
Hmm.
initially some client will give you the access. In the development project, you have to use the firefighting. But in the implementation project, you may have the direct access also, and
Hmm.
you may have the firefighter access also. It
Okay.
depends.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if I'm doing the data migration, doesn't mean that all the time I have to log in from the firefighter. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So they
Okay.
may give direct access also. But whatever way you are accessing in the production system, you are posting some minor amount.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and you will be knowing which process is critical for them. For that process, you will be doing the minor amount testing. Okay, now.
So it is not required for firefighter access. We can do directly in for the pen testing.
That's what I'm telling. It depends. If your
Oh,
client has given you direct access, log into directly. If they have not given, log into firefighter. Somehow you
oh,
have to reach to the
okay,
production
sir.
system.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Correct?
Correct, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So it depends client to client. So these are the some of the testing you have to do. Then next, you know that another testing known as a UAT, user acceptance testing, right? What is called UAT?
User acceptance testing, sir.
What does it mean?
Like we will give the like suppose I will tell to test the invoice posting in FB50 to the user. Whether and for this before this we will give the training to the user
Mm-hmm.
with the every screenshot, so they will test.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's tested successfully, then we will get sign off from their manager, users manager, and
Your
this
voice
will,
is not clear, Neeraj.
uh,
Hello.
yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else, please? What is called UAT? Unit user acceptance testing.
User
Yeah, Benu.
acceptance testing is done by the user after we
Uh-huh.
are providing the test scenarios and test scripts. After at the time of
Uh-huh.
SIP, we will prepare the test scenarios and test scripts, and we will guide the user how to post the transactions in SAP. So user
Correct.
will perform based on their requirement, business requirement. What are the transactions they want to use? We will guide them how to perform. If everything is working fine, they will take all the screenshot in the Excel or Word format and send this to their manager, both positive case and negative case.
Correct. 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 Any other opinion? What is user acceptance testing? Lothpi, what is UAT testing? Lothpi.
So user acceptance testing. So after doing our configuration, sir, we can reach out to the users and provide all the information about what we have done for the development system
Mm-hmm.
with the documentation, and they will do their testing and get back to us if there is any debug or any issue.
So let's say scenario is not working. So you have uploaded, yes, when you said that you have prepared the test cases during your FUT and SIT, and same test cases user is going to test now. They failed some test cases, they failed it or they raised the bug. So what you will do as a consultant? Hmm?
As a consultant, first we need to analyze
Uh-huh.
what the issue is.
Mhm. Okay. So what kind of
Okay.
issue will come? Let's say we analyze, then what could be the reason? Either it
So
will be master data issue or transactional data issue or configuration data issue or knowledge issue, right? Maybe,
yes,
correct?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So if it is master data issue, what you will do?
If it is a master data issue, we will ask the master data team to test from their end, sir. We have data migration team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll ask them.
Can you give me one example of master data issue that may cause the error?
So when it comes to vendor master data, if the bank details are missing
Hmm.
at the time of performing F110, we'll get an error, right, sir?
Okay. So in GL side, in GL, so let's say post automatic tick is there in FS00 and user is trying to post manually. Will it allow?
No, sir, it will not allow. It will throw an
It will
error.
throw error, right? So it is master data issue and it can be knowledge issue. We have to communicate to the user. Or let's say GL is created as a open item management, but user is trying to post ledger specific. Will it allow, Benu?
No, sir.
So it can be okay.
Also, tax allowed, sir, also, or like input tax, output tax, something.
Let's say, yeah, that is, let's say, not allowed, but user is entering the tax code,
Mm.
can be error. So I mean there can be the master data error and knowledge error. If it is knowledge, user doesn't know how to use or what to use. Another question comes whether user will use his own or her own user ID or they will use separate user ID while testing the UAT.
Sir, we will provide rules, and that is authorization.
Mm-hmm.
We will give the access to them. We, we will give, like, basis team will create the authorization, and once we will receive from the basis team, we will give the authorization to them.
Now my question is that will they use separate user ID to test the UAT or they will use their own user ID?
Separate user ID, sir.
Separate UAT user ID. Why will you
Yeah,
create separate user ID for UAT testing purpose?
sir. Because they are doing the testing in quality.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
the reason we are giving the separate and separate. For the production, they have the separate user ID, which they will give the business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is that is my knowledge, sir. That I know.
Shreyas, will you agree with this?
No, sir. We will be using separate user IDs as so we can test the roles that we have assigned to that ID. So
Yes.
if we go into the production, we don't want authorization issues. So authorization will be also tested in the while doing UAT testing.
Neeraj, you remember, right? I taught you someday back roles and authorization matrix. So in
Yeah, yeah,
roles and
yes.
you got it now. So here in the roles and authorization matrix, you have already given to the security team that for these are the user, this role need to be created, and for this role, this user ID need to be linked, or whatever user ID they want to link. So whoever wants to test that particular T code, that user has to use that user ID, so that in future or in production system, whoever want to use that particular T code or Fiori app, if they are facing any challenge while using those T code, they can know which role was assigned during the UAT time for that particular T code. So same role can be given to actual users in the production system. Okay, right?
Okay, sir. Understood, sir.
So because of that reason, most of the time I'm telling, in UAT, even in SIT also, we may use different user ID. That basis will create. And whenever you are updating the test cases in the any test any testing tool, you can update the user ID and password also there. Okay, that we write a test script login in SAP or Fiori. You can write login in SAP and Fiori with user ID this and password this to test that particular test script. So user will have the user ID and password which they have to use while testing. Okay, Neeraj and
Yeah,
everyone
sir. Understood, sir.
understood, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, so these are the so UAT. So in the real system, in I know that 90% guys will tell that UAT will be done in the quality system, which is absolutely right. But SIT is also done in the quality system. So that's the reason most of the time we'll have three quality system. Okay, quality one, quality two, then pre-production. Like that will have multiple quality system. It depends how big is your client, how complex is your client, how many level of testing is required by your client. So that many system landscape we can create. Sometime even in the JD also you'll find some JD will tell that candidate must have worked in complex system landscape. Okay, but either you have one quality or two quality, you have to perform the SIT testing and UAT testing and FUT testing. This three testing is a mandatory, and smoke testing is also, but those are optional. But FUT, SIT and UAT are mandatory these days in any kind of implementation project. Now once testing is done, then next step. So before doing the user acceptance testing, AG people said, you have to prepare the user training manual and you have to give the training to the users how they have to test it. These days there are a lot of way of doing is there. Sometime testing, UAT testing can be client may give to another company, another consulting company they may give to test it on behalf of the business. Sometime whatever documentation you are preparing, they may give to another consulting company to verify your documentation. Either you have included everything, configured everything or not. And this is here one of the reason one company to another company, they will try to smartly blame to other company. Let's say company A is doing implementation. Okay, client is C. C is a client, company A is doing implementation. Then what this client C will give all the verification work to B. And the B client is so smartly tell to the client C that whatever A company is doing is not up to mark. So there is chance that this B company may snatch the project from A to B. I have seen many such scenario when two consulting companies are working for single client. Many time company A may lose the project to company B because they will brainwash the client. Okay, they'll brainwash the client. So you have to work in such a way that this company doesn't have any scope of complaining. But these people are also very smart. They are trained in such a way that they will brainwash this client C, saying that if project was given to us, we would have done better. They will brainwash in such a way. So you need to be very, very careful while working. Okay, you got it now. You got it right. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got it right. So otherwise maybe implementation is done, but somehow they'll get the support. B will get the support. Earlier it was planned that support will also be given to A only. But since these people brainwashed to client C, maybe support will be given to them, or maybe all future development, future enhancement, future rollout may be given to client company B. So all this manipulation happens smartly, but legally happens. You need to be very, very careful while working. Make sure your quality, you're doing the quality work. Okay, right? Hello, clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you give the training to the users. So user will start the uh, I mean UAT. Then once UAT is done, everything is done, then go live time will come. Before go live, you have to give KT to the support team also. So you have to give two KT. One, you have to give KT to the user and you have to give KT to support team, because you are going to just support hypercare. After go live, will support only few days, few maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks. After that, you will not be there. So who is the support team who will be taking care? It may be within your company, or it may be another company. It depends how client has agreed. So you have to give KT to the support team also. And that is where all the documentation is required, because to support team you have to give all the document which you have prepared during the configuration or during the design or whatsoever document you have prepared, because they will be referring it. You have to give KT to support team also. Okay. Then go live. Before going live, all the master data, transactional data, configuration data, manual cutover, everything must be finished. Then go live will come. You know, go live means officially saying that we are going to use the SAP. It's like New Year celebration. So here, same cake cutting celebration. Partially consultant is happy because they don't know next moment what surprise will come from the system. Okay. It is like बंदर के हाथ में नारियल. Means coconut is given to monkey. What monkey will do? Monkey cannot break the coconut. They cannot enjoy. They can just hold it. So the consultant are also same. Go live is happen, but you don't know how many day and night you will not be sleeping because of bug and issue. So that is the go live. Officially declaring that we are using SAP system, S4 HANA system. So once go live is there, you have to give the hypercare support. Hypercare. Its name suggest hyper. So before going live, we generally plan on which date which major activities will be performed, and on that particular day, related consultant, we ask them be bystand. Let's say you are AP consultant, a treasury consultant, and we plan to run the automatic payment program 7 days after go live or 10 days after go live. On that day, we'll ask treasury consultant be available. Reason being, this is the first time they are going to run automatic payment program in the production system, and there is chance you may have the error. Or let's say 5 days after or the month and time you want to run the depreciation. We ask asset consultant be available. Or 3 days after go live, you are going to post some journal entry from the Concur to SAP. We'll ask Concur consultant, please don't take leave on 3rd of so and so date, because business is going to post the journal entry from the Concur. So likewise, we plan some critical business process and we request related consultant or concerned consultant be available to support the business if there is any leakage. Okay, right? Hello? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
And before that, you'll be given training what ticketing tool client will use, and they will create certain group. Let's say finance, they'll create one group, and uh, then they will tell that all the ticket will get assigned to this finance group followed by your name, and they will also decide out of your finance team who will be monitoring in the daytime, who will be monitoring in the night time. You will plan everything because you may have to give 24/7 support. So one person will be monitoring in the day, and he will whatever ticket comes in your queue, he will be knowing who is a right person to assign. If it is related to AP, he will assign to AP consultant. If it is all are finance only, but again they have to bifurcate it. So you'll be given training of the ticketing tool also. Whatever ticketing tool business will use, you have to. They will give training. They will give user ID and password and how to use. They will. Maybe you are also required to send the status, how many ticket you received, how many solved, not solved, from how many days, which ticket is pending. Then slowly you have to give the KT again to the support team. Slowly you have to transfer the ticket in the support team name, because ultimately support team is going to take over once hypercare is over. So slowly you have to transfer the ticket in the support name. So management will have certain cutoff date. They will tell that please now let support team analyze the ticket and let them fix. You just guide them. So support team will slowly start taking the ownership of the ticket, and they have any doubt they will be reaching to you because you are master for them. Okay. And some company, if support is also within your company, they may request you, can you please stay in the support? If you are okay to continue, you can continue. In support team you can move. Or you feel that no, I am champion, I don't want to work in support, I want next implementation project, then you'll be going to next implementation project. Or sometime initially client would have implemented only for few company code, only few market, then you'll be implementing for other market as a rollout. So that is how a journey of the consultant starts and ends in the project, in the implementation project. Okay, right? Hello? Hello? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what you understand? So will you be able to handle the GL related area if chance is given? In GL, which area you feel difficult that you will not have confidence to talk with the client and collect the requirement, do the configuration, documentation, testing and everything? Which particular area you feel difficult in the GL?
Currencies and ledgers, sir.
Currency and ledger. What is the doubt in the currency and ledger?
We want to see the practical case, sir, when it comes to ledgers. Just we have done assignment mapping, that's it. I want to see the how it works.
How it
Extension ledger.
works?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't understand why you something compare between real time and fake time. Whatever I train, same way it will be done in real time also. No, so what practical you need? You let me know so that I can train same way. Like what you want? Like, give me example, please.
So in
So I taught you
LCC,
leading ledger, non-leading ledger.
yes, I know
These
that,
two.
sir.
Uh,
When it comes to extension ledger, predictive ledger, and all this, I want real time. Like,
that you don't worry. Still, I have not reached, na. So
yes,
to do the predictive ledger, you have to go to O2C. To know the commitment ledger, you have to go to PTP. To know the simulation ledger, you have to go to foreign currency revaluation. I have still not reached. And for
yes.
your information, you'll get very rare client who will be using the this extension ledgers. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And I have sent 3 video also. Have you watched? For extension ledger, for simulation ledger, predictive ledger, and commitment ledger, I have already recorded 3 video and I have sent you in the YouTube. Have you watched? In the twin video I have already recorded. And I
No,
have
sir.
requested also please watch them. Please watch them today.
Okay, sir.
So you don't worry, those will be covered little later, but at least leading ledger and non-leading ledger, are you clear or not? That is,
Yes, sir.
if you
That is
don't
clear.
know that, then that is the problem.
That is
Are you
clear.
clear? Clear,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So if any business ask leading ledger, non-leading ledger scenario, will you be able to manage? Will you be able to visualize in your mind? And
Yes,
will
sir.
you be able to give the solution?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Any other person has any other concern? Because tomorrow onward I will start AP, account payable. So I want to make sure that you are good at the GL level. Anybody has any doubts in any point or any topic? Please focus currency and ledger, document splitting, controlling area, chart of account, and data migration, and lot of documentation. If access is given, please practice workflow. For me also access is still not given. Full access not given. So these are some important area. Okay, Neeraj, you have anything to add or anything you want to tell?
No, sir. No, it's okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, guys, then see you tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll start new chapter called account payable. And I'm also starting new batch SAPS for HANA FICO. If anyone is interested, let me know. Okay. Weekend. It is weekend batch. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, bye bye.